LimeNotLemon, another episode of Rock, Paper, Scissors with Ziggity Zig, and that guy Griff.
Woo!
And Ziggity Zig, and UCMOP.
Woo, yeah. I'm here.
Indeed, woo.
Paying attention.
It's after UCMOP's bedtime.
Totally.
That's my fault. He graciously has agreed to play anyway, because he is a gentleman and a scholar.
It's really difficult.
You're the scholar, actually. I'm the gentleman.
It is kind of difficult for us to adjust to new Griff time. Because old Griff time was like, you're 30 seconds late, come on! And you're like yelling and shouting at everybody. But now with this whole, I should be done my thing at this time. And then we seem to add about, whoa, I got a lot of friggin' dudes!
What is going on?
Holy crap, look at all my dudes!
Yep.
Okay, so this is a custom
Oh crap,
map
right.
mode thing, approximating the Legacy of the Void beta, in which, as we all know, Protoss got totally nerfed and everything else became imba. So we'll see how that plays out. We're at this matchup on Cloud Kingdom. Whatchamadoodly. I have no idea what the name is.
14 supply, you say?
There's a
Man,
flying
they're not digging around here, are they?
Oh, you found the space shark, did you?
Yes.
I found no
And
space
it was
shark.
terrifying. Well, you're gonna see it. Yeah, this is just eerie to see this many probes this early.
Sharkaroo!
So I assume that's to just get the action happening a lot
I
more.
don't know what the hell that's for.
Because
It
I
just
guess,
seems-
like, the start of the game, like, as we've talked about, Zig, with recipes and whatnot, start of the game is often so rote. So I guess if you start with 12 workers, the idea is to get you past, like,
There's
the
also
boring, build a 9 pylon, yada yada yada, a bit more quickly.
there's
God,
actually
now
less minerals in every patch as well.
Oh?
Instead of starting with 15,000, they start with 10.
I have
So
no
at
idea.
this point, you both know that each other is Protoss.
Yeah.
So you know that your immortals are now useless.
They're not.
They are.
They're
They're
quite
broken.
useful. They just don't have hard. They don't have hardened
Oops.
shield anymore.
Yeah, nerfed. Anyway.
Grant's kind of sour about the whole thing.
Well, I don't like that change, actually, but we'll see how it plays out.
It makes them better against some other units.
It does.
They're not so weak against Marines. They're better against Marauders. Because Marauders is also 2-shot now, not 1-shot. Like, it's the same amount of damage, but split over 2-shot. So the shields are reducing more damage than they previously would have.
So we're going to have our first battle, which... Oh, and Zig with the classic Zig wall.
Well, it's a
letting
working
us
wall.
So it go right through. One probe down for one zealot, and some mining time lost. But so I'm betting the person who wins will be the first person who builds a lurker. But we'll have to wait and see. I actually have no idea. Were there any other new Protoss units?
Yes.
Because
Don't worry, I'm working on it.
I know the Oracle was basically changed to be much more useful throughout the late game. The Immortal was changed. If I'd known we're doing this, I might have studied up.
Most studies.
All I
studied
remember
we
is the
had,
Lurker's back,
so-
the Terrans have a Imba Death motorcycle, the Zerg also have a Magma Sky Cannon Force Field Breaker thing. The Tempest can only shoot down now. I forget everything. This is terrible commentary, I'm sorry. So, let's just pretend this is Heart of the Swarm. Ever seen some things happening? Thanks. Griff has map awareness. I think he may be seeing some things because of that. And yeah.
Oh,
Oh, sentry about to get picked off here.
Yeah, he's gonna
Oh,
get picked off. But good.
4 HP. And he comes back with a merry band of friends. And picks on that bully who's picking on him. And
Pick on
those
the
stalkers
bullies.
go down.
All are one.
So I am seeing a pretty marked difference in strategies here at this point. So that will pan out.
You have not enough minerals.
And right about now, I think we're going to see something pretty interesting.
Oh man.
Griff hits a cancel and a force field. Unfortunately, Zig does not have a magical Zerg nerf lava thing. But he does get a free mothership core. And the force field is down, so Griff may be on the back foot here. Zig up the ramp, and now there's a
What is this thing?
disruptor, which is that thing that does something.
It disrupts. It appears to be disrupting. Why can't I target it?
But that's a lot of stalkers. I gotta think Griff's on the back foot now. Some reinforcements coming in, and the flying ball thing just did something. Forget what it's supposed to do, but it is. Oh, escapes. So now we've got Stalkers versus Zealots, which obviously isn't a great fight for the Stalkers, but they do have advantage in numbers here. Reinforcements sitting idle. Oh, they're picking on pylons. Kills off the Warpin. Oh, kills.
I forgot
nice
about that
kills
change.
there. Bad Warpin, unfortunately. Disruptor comes in again and disrupts nothing.
No idea what's
there's
going
the
on.
Yeah, I whiffed that on 2 ways. The warpings, you take way more damage when you're warping in, and warping in is slower.
All right.
So
LimeNotLemon, Rage Quit Host Edition.
Is he still here? Are you stuck loading, or are you even loading anymore?
Bro, do you even load? I am loading very slowly.
Okay.
Because this contains new units. And also, I think my internet is being wonky because it's raining. And
What?
the rain is
I don't understand how that...
absorbing the electromagnetics or something. I don't know. My internet has just been slightly slow tonight. Oh no! Ross,
What?
he rage quit.
I know.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We didn't say anything.
Well, okay. I usually rage quit when I'm already in a bad mood. So it was all that there was a pre-existing condition. Oh my god, there's a lot of Zergs!
We require more minerals.
Alright, alright. I mean, hey, I'm Terran.
Me too.
I don't believe you. Wow, no more shenanigans here, are there?
James, did you hear the bit about the pub?
We
Oh.
require more minerals.
Do you have a strong preference? Although obviously it's tomorrow. It affects the timeline of when we go because you have a meeting. But I was just saying I don't feel particularly strongly about either day.
We require
Where people can go if we go tomorrow, but that's about it.
my only feeling is that it's just that I just like for me like we'd have to go for like 11:30s. Just because I do, and part of it is that I've already bumped this meeting once because of other meetings this week, so I don't want to bump it again.
Right, we were gonna try to do that to move to the 30.
So, my like if you guys want to do it tomorrow, because more people can go, and it happens that I can't go, I'm fine with that. Like that's not a problem. You guys are playing?
Yes.
We're still recording?
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Ultra.
Sorry for rage quitting. But you really... Because it was the normal right up until you started chirping about the intro when my client was still sitting on the lobby.
It's really bizarre. I started chirping because it had been a couple seconds.
No, I hadn't even gotten to, like, black screen.
Huh.
No, because up till then it was, yeah, no, this is normal, and it's okay that you're ribbing, and you decided that me making a joke about your play was not going to be a joke. That was fine.
We require more.
Like, really, and I was waiting. Partially, I was waiting. In my head, I was waiting for you to intro game 2, for whatever reason. I don't know why, but also then you guys started chirping on it. I'm like, I'm still staring at the lobby. Like, the countdown at the lobby is still happening. Why are you making fun of no intro?
Yeah. Oh. Man. What?
It does sort of change the play in terms of it's like, oh, well, I have a lot of money now.
Yeah, no, that's the point of the changes they've made is to change their idea. The purpose of all the changes they've made is to greatly change how economy plays in the game. Like, you can't not macro now, and 2-base play is largely unviable.
Well, I noticed that, like, most of the new units seem to be, like, micro-heavy, like, intimidatingly so.
I mean, they can be. But, like, they have microable abilities, but I don't know that like, they'll be just as good, like, because right now, a Colossus or even Marines have a huge micro curve that the pros take advantage of that Bronzies don't.
Right.
And it's like a week or so ago, our StarCraft went through just Gold League things for a little bit, where they posted GIFs of weird engagements, where it's like a vastly superior force dies to a weak force. But most of the stuff like that, the disruptor that I was using, you just press T and then you walk it near, and it's got a little circle, and it damages anything that's in that circle. And so it's like, it's not a huge amount of, but the micro, like, you're gonna have to pay attention to your macro, because if you try a 2-base play, chances are both your bases will mine out and you won't. So you won't have the economy necessary to keep going, basically. Kind of lost track of my own pattern there. This thing recorded alright in the last game.
Oh crap! Hang on.
Not recording this game because.
Oops.
Oh gosh, playing back the video while I know I'm on the chat with you guys it hurts my brain.
Our forces are under attack.
I don't know if I'm hearing you from the past or you from the present.
Uh-oh.
He who controls the past controls it.
I do this every now and then at the end of when Ross and I will record. I'll just check to make sure the volumes are fine, and then Ross will start saying something, so I'm hearing temporal Ross overlap.
Yeah, I
Am I-
do that too when I'm checking mine. It's,
Because of course you've recorded, like, you haven't adjusted the computer volume or whatever, and so it's playing back at the exact same volume that the voice chat software is working at, and it's just mind-bendy.
Where'd I put that thing?
Unacceptable command.
Okay. Damn it!
Let's make some mid-game predictions here as somebody who can't see the game at all. Ziggy is supply capped. UCMOP has built a wall and is trying to build a battlecruiser. Oh, other changes. If either of you are Protoss in this game, carriers can launch their interceptors and then go away, and the interceptors will stay
I
there
saw
and
it.
keep
It's
it.
very fancy.
Yes, so that and they reduce the carrier build time, so they're more feasible.
I'm going to build one of those motorcycles of death. See how that works out for me.
Those are usually pretty fun. What are these?
I'm just going to call it a cyclotron. I know it's not a cyclotron, but I'm just going to call it.
Well, that's okay. It could be a cyclotron.
Mutation complete.
It does seem like, obviously that's a lot more mech play, And oh man, you do mine out those mineral patches like way faster.
We require
I don't know if it's because of a difference in density or just the difference in how many people you're starting with. Scary.
mineral field.
Oh, it's actually called a cyclone, not a cyclotron. Cool.
Yeah. That's what when you were saying cyclotron, I had no idea what you were talking about before.
I was making up a name because I couldn't remember what the actual name was.
Fair enough. And I managed to change something in my settings that requires a game restart.
Oh my god, what happened to my mineral patch? Jeebus.
Field depleted.
Patch.
What?
What did you do to your mineral patch?
I mined it
Our forces are
very quickly. Weird. Cyclotron.
Has there been any engagement?
Yes.
That's the
Oh, that's a lot of them things.
forces.
That is a lot of them things.
I like that I asked the question, has there been any engagement? I get a yes, and then I get a slightly panicked, oh god.
Also, my medevacs. I'm gonna.
Oops, where'd the
say,
medevacs go? Oh, they were a little late to the party.
I have no idea how that happened. So you know what's terrible? This. Go, cyclotron, save the day with your cycling. Driving around, shooting their missiles. Oh no. This, okay. Mistakes happen.
Well, that was interesting. I made lurkers! Are you happy I made lurkers?
I really want to rage quit now.
Sorry, Grant, I've taken that. I've used up this week's allotment of LimeNotLemon rage quitting.
I think we should have at least one of us in each game.
Gosh, I chose the wrong map. Grant's gonna kill me.
Why?
Metropolis and not Metalopolis?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Why? What did?
We might be okay. It is my understanding that Metropolis fell out of favor as a map not because of its design, but because of its performance. But that might have only been in like really long games when there's a lot of creep. But I've heard that this map does not it has low performance on.
Okay, so even with your computer hobbled with your setting change, I'm pretty sure it still has a lot more performance than what I'm using.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying you're gonna hate me because it's maybe that I win because you'll be like, well, I've got 1 frame per second.
Oh, okay. I thought you said beat or something.
I'm pretty sure that Griff set his settings lower in order to full-on win this game. Because he's gonna go total
actually-
APM mode.
Oh, dang it! I
There's
went too low. I don't have my halos for my pylon fields right now.
Man, yeah.
Sorry about that, hot dog.
So, the thing about this, and the thing that kind of freaked me out early, is that I realized very quickly that I had enough minerals to start making stuff, and I was like, oh my god! And
Yes.
then when I started making things, I'm like, okay, well let's do the normal builds that I do, and I have 300 minerals. What the crap is going on?
Yeah.
But the second time in the Zerg game, even though it's totally different than playing the Protoss game, but I was kind of used to it and a bit ready for it, and I think just the fact that your economy is pretty well boosted and off to a good start, it really does help. I'm quite enamored with this new Legacy of the Void start thing. Now, speaking of Legacy of the Void, what I want to talk about is where they're going to take the plot, because there seems to be a lot of Valerian Mensk, probably, and some Kerrigan and some Jim Raynor. Seems to be the Troika.
You haven't watched any of the stuff that came out of BlizzCon, have you?
I watched the trailer.
Then no.
It wasn't really like revealing or anything. Are they doing more spoilers and whatnot?
Oh, they talked quite heavily about where they're going with the plot.
Oh, okay.
We're going back to Ire.
Yes, I took that from the trailer that the Protoss were going to win back Ire, and I think that's super hot. I'm
No,
excited about that.
they talked quite. They did sessions and they talked quite a bit about all the efforts they're going to be making to with the Protoss and
Now,
stuff.
are the Zerg currently inhabiting Ire, or did they just nuke or basically lay waste to it?
No, the Zerg inhabit Ire.
Okay.
That's from some of the books and stuff.
Yeah. But
Dark
other-
Templar Saga covers that pretty exclusively.
yeah. But the Legacy of the Void, at least so far as the plot, because they've spent 2 games kind of hinting at this whole, oh, the Xel'Naga are back, and then they're pissed off, and there's hybrids.
That is who you're gonna fight. Like, you're not gonna fight. It's gonna be sort of fighting them and Kerrigan, and like the bad guys are the Xel'Naga.
Which seems bizarre to me.
Why?
Well, because what's their beef? I mean, I know they hated the Zerg, which is why they created the Protoss. But are they just coming to kind of like clean up their mess now?
Yeah, I think that's the.
Oh,
the
my
premise.
toys didn't get put away. I gotta come put away my toys. But this is where I found the hybrids kind of interesting, because then it's a bit like the whole. This happens in WoW all the time, where this kind of splinter group of a combination, they're doing their own thing. And the meat and potatoes gang of Xel'Naga are all, no, we were just gonna let them do their own thing, and we wandered off to a whole nother galaxy, but then there were kind of these guys who decided to bastardize themselves into hybrids, and they hate everybody, and they just want to destroy all the Zerg and all the pure Protoss because they consider them lesser beings. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm excited for the plot.
I am also quite excited for it. That's for sure.
And I was I got in, and I'll use his code name because he's actually online right now. Sandman was playing the Wings of Liberty campaign like just last night, because I thought,
Yeah.
he was, are you redoing Heart of the Swarm? He says, nah. And I look at it, and he's running around with Diamondbacks, and I'm like, holy crap, he went right back to Wings of Liberty. He says,
It's
"Yeah,
funny
but-"
because I was debating going back to do the Wings of Liberty campaign just like, I don't know, like a week ago. I was like, I should go play that like on hard.
Yeah,
'Cause I bet I'm good enough to play it on hard.
I keep thinking that as well. I think maybe we should do something like that. Maybe one of our multiplayer nights we can like race StarCraft campaign mode. That would be so stupid. But I would rather go back and play Wings of Liberty than go back and play Heart of the Swarm. It's not that the Heart of the Swarm campaign was bad. It just wasn't as great as the Wings of Liberty campaign. And I'm not sure if that's because, you were Zerg and I didn't want to be in a
I think
squishy
all of
thing.
us just find Zerg less interesting. as
I
part of
don't,
it.
though. I find Zerg fascinating, and I thought it was really awesome. But my problem with the Zerg was you didn't ever feel like you were on the back foot. Like playing the Terran campaign, you're like, oh, we're the underdogs, and we don't have quite as much resources, and you're always going up against Menks, who's got all this stuff. But when you're Kerrigan, and then you have Abathur, and he's researching all this stuff, and you're going in with, banelings that can fly,
I can honestly say that because I did replay the Wings of Liberty campaign right before Heart of the Swarm came out, and I never realized how easy it was.
Wings of Liberty?
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
maybe
you
my
just,
skill level just went up
no,
mildly.
because it's literally you just build like a wall of supply depots, and it's the things from, and you're like, oh, I'm safe. It's the things that you learn to do in multiplayer that you don't realize actually help you.
Have you guys gone to each other's bases yet?
No.
Well, Griff's seen your front door, according to the map.
Yeah, I sent a guy into his base.
So you know what he is.
Probably
I
building
I
void
killed him. He
rays.
did.
Okay, so I assume you both know each other's race by now. I mean, we're 8 minutes in, so...
I can just
Please.
look and see that he's Terran.
Yeah. Plez. Huh.
The economy difference just throws me off more than I thought it would. Like, I just get ahead of myself in times that I didn't think I would. And then that makes me trip up on my back foot on other elements.
Well, I must say you're both doing pretty well for, you know, keeping the resources within a acceptable realm. Oh, wow, I pulled up the EPM just to watch Griff whip up to a fiery 200 and something.
Dang,
I
though.
don't know what you were doing. That was awesome. Oh, here we go. Almost. Oh! Peaked
He's
180
just
that
throwing
time.
his hands over the keyboard.
Playing some Johann Sebastian Bach.
Yeah, I think so.
That's precisely what's going on. Man, you like those. You sure do like those, don't you? So obviously from this, I'm unsure of the travel plans, unless you're just gonna kind of circumvent what I'm looking at entirely, but
Go, cyclotrons, lock on. Oh.
Rage pickup!
range pickup?
Yeah?
Oh, we'll go to your feed for that, because I didn't see it at all.
You don't have to be right on top.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I found it was pretty easy to max out a base on harvesters and whatnot. Pretty awesome. What? Alrighty. Staying just vaguely, yeah, within the realm of evenness. It's going up kind of even Steven right now. Bear in mind, back in the days of Wings of Liberty, these were their main races. Way back when. So UCMOP has to shake off a little bit of the Terran dust, as it
Yeah, I
were.
don't remember anything of what I'm doing. I'm just not playing well in general as...
Uh-oh. That's bad. However, these guys are pretty slow, so... And everyone else is pretty quick. Giving up! Well, that's a good way. Oh. gonna take a really long time.
You found my plan, did ya?
Part of it. Have you... Ah, yep, there you go. Yeah, You think your plan's gonna take a long time, huh? Maybe. But, UCMOP's plan is kind of on a bit more of a geological scale in comparison. Do you think that it's possible to get a bad guy in SC2 who is as good a bad guy as Arcturus Mengsk?
Possibly.
Just as hateful, blind thirst for power kind of dude. What do these things do? Can they shoot up?
No, they can't.
Huh. Well, the Marines can, so there's that. Oh!
Oh, hey, look, it's everything.
Yep. They're kind of behind you.
Go, Cyclotron, driving.
But
something,
you have your
thing,
medevacs in the
robots.
right spot this time.
Go. Bicycles. Killing things, being bicycles, locking on bicycles.
But the medevacs couldn't heal fast enough to make up for the
I'm
torch
too tired
beam.
for this.
It's way past his bedtime.
Toads.
Toads my goats.
I realized as that engaged, I was like, I should recall home. I never built a mothership core. This is a problem.
I made a mothership core in my game.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, if you watch any or all this, leave us a comment down below. Send an email to contact@LimeNotLemon.com. You can follow us on Twitter @NotLemon. UCMOP is going to go to bed. More where this came from.